guys, welcome back. So as you can see, I've got another new toy here. This is a Heritage Manufacturing Rough Rider in 22 long rifle and 22 mag. And this is my first revolver. Every other pistol I've owned, and actually every pistol I've ever shot, were all semi-automatics for some reason. I can't really explain why right now, but anyway, I picked this up for a very inexpensive price at a local pawn shop slash gun shop, and been going over it for a couple of days. I took it out shooting once, not enough to get a full review on it, so this will be more of an initial impression. And it's got a lot of pros and one or two little cons. First of all, this gun is based off the Colt single action Army, and for the most part it's pretty much a complete clone, other than obviously it's a rimfire in 22. Works like just like a Colt single action Army. You put it to half cock, open the loading gate to load, close it, full cock, and you're ready to go. Now you can see from this angle it has a transfer bar safety, and while I'm normally not a fan of changing the designs, in this particular setup that might actually be acceptable. Like I said, I'm not a big revolver person, but I do know on the single action Army styles you're supposed to carry them with the hammer down over a loaded chamber. However, I think with this transfer bar, as you can see, keeps the hammer back. You could probably carry it with the round in the chamber, but you'd have to be relying on a mechanical safety. No, what the rule is against that. I'm not saying I'm going to carry it that way, and I'm not saying I would carry a single action Army 22 as a defensive gun, but you probably could do it. Obviously, once you load the transfer bar, the hammer will close all the way. I'll give you one good freaking dog hair idea of the trigger pull's like. Hang on a second. Sorry, I was playing with dogs everywhere, and now hair has gotten everywhere. So you can see, nice trigger pull. One more time. Don't like to dry fire it, but it gives you an idea. Real nice trigger pull. Its breakdown is just like every other Colt single action Army. It's based on the Model 2, so you've got this little spring there. Well, I'll just show you. You put it into half cock here. Obviously, we already know it's not loaded. And then push this little spring. Pull this out of here. Gate should have been open, but you get the idea. And there you go. And she's all stripped and ready to go. Now, that's the 22 long rifle. Here's the box with the receipts, catalog. Here's my receipt, and then here's all the accessories for it. Got all kinds of old stuff, cowboy style loops and belts and holsters and all kinds of spiffy neato stuff. I think that's the same one. They've also got different pistol grips for it too. So if you don't like this color Coca-Cola grips, they've got some other grips, and that's pretty cool. They're pretty inexpensive too. We'll get to that. Here's also is the 22 mag cylinder, and it will fire both, which is pretty sweet. Comes with it. You don't have to pay anything extra for it, and I really like that. I had an epiphany there for a second. I forgot some of you might not know that there is a difference. This is 22 long rifle. There's 22 short, 22 long, and 22 long rifle. 22 long rifle is the most common. That's your 22 standard 22 long rifle. Come on, camera. You guys should all know what a 22 long rifle is. And then this is the 22 Magnum. They don't cost a whole lot more than the 22 long rifle, but you can see significant improvement in size. As far as well, the round's obviously the same size. It's still 22 caliber, but it's got a lot more punch behind it. A lot of the guys who rip on the FN57 basically say that the FN57 is just a glorified 22 mag cartridge. I don't have a 5.7, and I'm not going to get into that debate, but there you go. That's the difference. The 22 mags will be quite a bit more lethal, but hey, a 22 will work. Now, Heritage Manufacturing is basically really into the history of firearms, and their goal is to have high quality at an affordable price. And I think for the most part this pays off. This gun's really well made. Like I said, I haven't owned a lot of revolvers, so I can't speak as to if it's mechanically sound, but it seems really strong. It cycles just fine. It seems pretty idiot-proof. There's a couple things about it that I would like changed if I had the option. The ejector rod here to spit out spent casings. The little tab here to push it in is plastic. It would have been nice if that was metal. Probably work okay over time, but I don't know. I don't really like the cheap kind of plastic. I'd like to have that metal. One other thing I've noticed is the finish is already starting to wear in a few areas. You can't really, there you go, you can kind of see. I've only shot this gun a couple times. And you can see that right there, that scratch. I didn't scratch on anything. I just was rotating the cylinder, putting it in and out, and I put it in pretty gently, and it's starting to come off. I've got some Brownells bluing over there, and I'll probably put that on it. So the finish is not so hot, but you got to remember, I picked that thing up for $200 brand new. That's a pretty hard price to beat. I mean, really the only thing in that price range I could think off the top of my head is a High Point for $200 brand new. And while 9mm 40 and 45 are a much more powerful cartridge than this 22 or 22 mag, you could pretty much always rely on the Colt single action Army to work 100% of the time. But you know, lots of people say their High Points work great too. Now, from what I've looked up, apparently you can really tell it's a Colt action if it makes the C-O-L-T, basically 4 clicks. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. Apparently that's the 100% Colt style action. We'll do more. I'll get more on this, guys, later as I shoot it. Like I said, I took it to shooting range once just to make sure it worked. Shot just fine. Seemed pretty accurate. I was kind of pressed for time. I want to go more in depth as I shoot it later, but it's the end of the semester and I'm up to my butt in projects and finals and all that stuff for another week or two. And then I get paroled until August, and when my last semester starts. And that'll only be 2 classes, and neither one of them are really related to my field. So it'll be the easy, lazy senior classes. So anyway, guys, check it out. Go and pick one up. I went over to Moss Pond. Some of you guys know it on Iraq Veteran 8888's page. I went to go see him. He was kind of busy when I got there, but I talked to Barry, and he's on his page a lot. And I went there for something else, and I was just looking around and saw this, and asked him about Heritage, and he says he's known people who's had these things and shot tons and tons of them, and they seem to work pretty well. So I figured, what the heck. I still want a double action revolver in a 357. So this is more or less kind of a training gun for me. And come on, it's $200 and it's a Colt single action. It's just cool. And it's 100%, as you can see, American made. So I'll let you guys know as I shoot it what I think about it. But so far, pretty good. I'd like to see, like I said, I'd like to see this done in steel or even aluminum and maybe a little bit nicer finish. But I ain't going to complain that much for $200. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time.